前往，终将去陪耶稣自由。从这一场的让与我前去，下一季过一去，此外何处？心之所欲，一切东方；愿之所欲，天地同流。
PRL kłamstwami karmił o ludowej gwardii armii, choć zmieniły się układy, jeszcze są po ruskich ślady. Hej, 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 co koły na nich zdrajcę, łotry i matoły, goni, goni, goń z pomnika ohydnego bolszewika. Hej, 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 co koły na nich zdrajcę, łotry i matoły, goni, goni, goni z pomnika bolszewika, goni, goni, goni. Po miasteczkach i dzielnicach czasem trafi się tablica, że tu sztab był PPR-u, albo że nocował Bierut. Hej, 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 co koły na nich zdrajcę, łotry i matoły, goni, goni, goń z pomnika ohydnego.
Many barbarians forever believed they would just be instruments of death and destruction, but all of this changed when Pope Urban II called for a Crusader clan war to retake the Holy Land, offering all who participated eternity in the afterlife. As devout pagans, very few barbarians showed up to meet the Pope's call during the First Crusader clan war, but the ones who did finally felt they could pillage with purpose, heavily assisting the raids on Antioch and Jerusalem. The news of this personal fulfillment spread like wildfire, and more barbarians began showing up for the next Crusader clan wars. By the Fourth Crusade, as many as 25,000 barbarians had showed up for the raids in defense of the Crusader states. However, instead of crusading to take back the Holy Land, the barbarians in turn were used to besiege the Christian stronghold of Constantinople in order to pay off the debts acquired by the Crusader leadership. Although successful in sacking Constantinople, the Fourth Crusade was excommunicated by the Pope, losing any chance at eternity, which tore the barbarians to pieces as they realized they were once again just used to be instruments of destruction in siege warfare. The great poet Culdius Plaeus perhaps put the tragedy of the barbarians best when writing, "They were just a puppet on a lonely string. Oh, who would ever want to be king?" A shout out to my patrons for your continued support of this channel.
flag. There has to be something more to it than just a law on a piece of paper. There has to be something more to a flag than being a piece of colorful cloth, otherwise I'd be able to show you these without getting demonetized. There has to be some symbolism behind it, because without it, this would never have become the most famous picture in American history. Okay, seems simple. A flag is just a symbol of a nation, usually made of a piece of cloth. Come on, you know what a flag looks like. But what does a nation look like? Like Japan. There's obviously Japanese-made products and Japanese buildings and a collection of sounds we call Japanese, and Japanese islands, Japanese mountains, and some sort of collective stories we call Japanese history. But there is no Japan. I could go to Tokyo and say I'm in Japan, but I'm just on land with buildings around me built by people who call themselves Japanese. There is no pure Japan that we can see or touch. It doesn't mean there can't be a symbol of it though, a white cloth with a red circle. Flags are the symbol of a nation, and they're used to create new nations all the time. Post-apartheid, South Africa felt like it was a new nation and so needed a new flag to go along with it. After the French Revolution, this flag was adopted to get rid of the ties they had to the Old Kingdom, and the Arab nations are sometimes given the condescending name tribes with flags to call them wannabe nations, like, you have a flag but no real nation to back it up. But just like they're born, nations can die too. There isn't much of a Roman or Babylonian nation around today, huh? Does that mean their flags lose all of their meaning somewhere along the way? This flag still has some pretty powerful meaning even though its nation died about 30 years ago, so maybe that symbol of a nation definition doesn't cut it. What about all these flags, huh? I'm talking flags of sports, sailing, languages, pride, politics, racing, medicine, separatist movements, monarchs, beaches, religions, and boxing kangaroos. These are all flags and all have some sort of meaning behind them. Flags don't have to be tied to nations. What do they need to be tied to? Let's see. Is this a flag? Sure. Is this a flag? I drew it on a piece of paper. Looks quite nice, and I think most people would also agree it's a flag too. Is this a flag? I don't think so. Most people would say it's just a picture of a cat, but if everyone started to agree that this was the symbol of the cat nation that represented all cats on Earth, then it would become a flag. Is this a flag? Yes, it's the flag of France. Psych! It's the flag of Norway. But is it still a flag? It's not on a piece of cloth or any physical object for that matter. It's made up of pixels on a screen. Pixels that make 90-degree angles, lines, and colors we say represent the Norwegian flag. But it's still just a depiction, a representation of a nation. The image of that cat is also just a pixel representation of colors and lines and shapes we say make up a cat. It's still just an image of a cat. Unless we flagify it, this website lets you put in any image you want and makes it look like a flag flapping in the wind. With respect to the cat nation, does this website make the cat flag any more flag-like? You tell me. Literally, you have to tell me. Flags are decided by what everyone believes to be a symbol of whatever they are rallying behind. As we saw, they don't even need to be made of cloth. They can just be an image representation on a screen. They don't need to have four sides either. Nepal and Ohio break that convention. This is as much of a flag as this is. They don't even need to have cool designs. This flag was Libya's from 1977 to 2011. So green. This flag was a general symbol of revolution in Europe, but shifted to becoming a symbol for left-wing politics. A lot of red. This flag was France's from 1814 to 1830, symbolizing purity, and yeah, it's also a flag you can throw up when you decide to surrender. Both purity and surrender. Symbols can change meanings. Under the US flag code, it is a crime to burn the flag of the United States. In practice, though, you're protected by free speech laws. Still highly looked down upon, though. In Iran, here is a burning of the American flag in a public square, a symbol of foreign intervention to many in the country. Obviously, the American flag has two different meanings in these two different contexts. Flags can identify your enemies as much as it can identify your friends. Like this flag, for example, Old Jolly Roger. If you were sailing back in the day and you saw a ship pull up to you and raise a black flag with a skull and crossbones on it, then one of two things were about to happen. One, you were about to be robbed. Or two, you were about to be murdered. Pirates used this as a symbol of fear, hoping to make you surrender when they raised it. It used to be one of the most terrifying symbols on Earth. Nowadays, it's used to decorate children's birthday parties. Real scary. The black flag and white skull design never changed, but somewhere along the way, it lost its symbolism. A white flag with a red cross can mean either an English flag or a Genoese flag, a province of northern Italy. A red and white flag can be the symbol of either Indonesia, Monaco, or Poland if they hung it up while drunk. And a red, yellow, and blue flag can mean either Romania, Chad, or add on a coat of arms and you'll get Andorra, Moldova, or this random university in Canada that Elon Musk went to, who suggested we should put this flag on Mars. Not creative. But what about Earth? Doesn't it need a flag too? A flag that we can all rally behind as a symbol of humanity? Why is there none? At least none accepted by us. Well, there have been plenty of proposals. How about George Dibern's Citizens of the World flag, made in 1937 for Germans who refused to have the Nazi flag represent them? It doesn't do a great job since it wasn't designed to be accepted by everyone though. Plus, there's already a flag for Germans who don't want to use the Nazi flag nowadays. This one. James Campbell proposed this flag, which I think is kinda nice, but hasn't really gone anywhere. John McConnell, the founder of Earth Day, ditched any abstract and just pasted the Earth onto a banner. Like the cat flag, it asks if an image can be turned into a flag if enough people accept it as their symbol. This website says so, but humans haven't accepted this as their flag. Paul Carroll made, I think, one of the greatest flags on Earth. This, just look at it, 159 political flags are on an Arctic-centered map of Earth. There are too many problems with this becoming the world's flag to even list them, so I'm not sure it was ever designed seriously, but obviously this was never accepted by everyone as their symbol. Or we can use Oscar Pernefeld's International Flag of Planet Earth, a rather meaningless flag that almost no one uses, at least yet. Not to sound harsh on Oscar, it's just that this flag hasn't been a commonly accepted symbol of Earth or humanity. Is there something about flags that makes us want to divide each other into groups? That's generally what they're used to represent. So who knows if we could ever agree on a symbol representing everybody. But I'm proposing one. Here it is. It's just blue. Just blue. Guess what it represents? That's right, the sky. Because that's the only thing pretty much everyone can see at all times. Earth is just as real as any other nation. It has land, people, and buildings, but we just don't have as strong of a concept as a real Earth as we do for imaginary nations. And without that strong concept, we have no need to make up a physical design to personify it somehow. So what is a flag? A flag is anything that we call a flag. So this is a flag, and this is a flag, but this isn't, and this isn't. Unless you guys want to accept it as your flag, come on, it's such a simple design, it would be so easy for...
Overseas, there are new tensions between North Korea
Everyone.
and the U.S. The North launched 2 more missiles yesterday, just hours after another U.S. nuclear-powered submarine.
десь там, де чорні води, сів на коня козак молодий, плаче жаль молода дівчина, іде козак з України. Гей, 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 соколи, поминайте гори ліси доли, дзвін, 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 дзвіночку, степовий жаль вороночку. Гей, 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 соколи, поминайте гори ліси доли, дзвін, 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 дзвіночку, мій степовий дзвін, дзвін, дзвін. Жаль, жаль за милою, за рідною стороною, жаль, жаль, серце плаче, більше її не побачу. Гей, 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 соколи, поминайте гори ліси доли, дзвін, 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 дзвіночку, степовий жаль вороночку. Гей, 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 соколи, поминайте гори ліси доли, дзвін, 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 дзвіночку, мій степовий дзвін, дзвін, дзвін. Меду вина наливайте, як загину, поховайте на далекій Україні коло милої дівчини. Гей, 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 соколи, поминайте гори ліси доли, дзвін, 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 дзвіночку, степовий жаль вороночку. Гей, 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 соколи, поминайте гори ліси доли, дзвін, 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 дзвіночку, степовий жаль вороночку. Гей, 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 соколи, поминайте гори ліси доли, дзвін, 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 дзвіночку, мій степовий дзвін, дзвін, дзвін. Гей, 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 соколи, поминайте гори ліси доли, дзвін, 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 дзвіночку, степовий жаль вороночку. Гей, 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 соколи, поминайте гори ліси доли, дзвін, 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 дзвіночку, степовий жаль вороночку. Гей, 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 соколи, поминайте гори ліси доли, дзвін, 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 дзвіночку, мій степовий дзвін, дзвін, дзвін.
Hej, tam gdzie zna czarnej wody, siada na koń kozak młody, czule żegna się z dziewczyną, jeszcze czule z Ukrainą. Hej, 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 sokoły, omijajcie góry, lasy, doły, dzwoń, 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 dzwoneczku, mój stepowy skowroneczku. Hej, 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 sokoły, omijajcie góry, lasy, doły, dzwoń, 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 dzwoneczku, mój stepowy dzwoń, dzwoń, dzwoń. Wiele dziewczat jest na świecie, lecz najwięcej w Ukrainie. Tam me serce pozostało przy kochanej mej dziewczynie. Hej, 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 sokoły, omijajcie góry, lasy, doły, dzwoń, 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 dzwoneczku, mój stepowy skowroneczku. Hej, 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 sokoły, omijajcie góry, lasy, doły, dzwoń, 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 dzwoneczku, mój stepowy dzwoń, dzwoń, dzwoń. Żal, żal za dziewczyną, za zieloną Ukrainą. Żal, żal jeszcze więcej nie zobaczę. Hej, 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 sokoły, omijajcie góry, lasy, doły. Dzwoń, 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 dzwoneczku, mój stepowy skowroneczku. Hej, 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 sokoły, omijajcie góry, lasy, doły. Dzwoń, dzwoń, dzwoneczku, mój stepowy, dzwoń, dzwoń, dzwoń. Wina, wina, wina dajcie, a jak umrę, pochowajcie na zielonej Ukrainie przy kochanej mej dziewczynie. Hej, 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 sokoły, omijajcie góry, lasy, doły. Dzwoń, 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 dzwoneczku, mój stepowy skowroneczku. Hej, 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 sokoły, omijajcie góry, lasy, doły. Dzwoń, 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 dzwoneczku, mój stepowy skowroneczku. Hej, 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 sokoły, omijajcie góry, lasy, doły. Dzwoń, 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 dzwoneczku, mój stepowy dzwoń, dzwoń, dzwoń.
Somewhere near the black waters, a young Cossack took his horse. A young woman cries, arise, Cossack leaves Ukraine.
Alles lebe ich mir werde, sieht min sündig Gläuge sie. Das hehre Land wohnt euch die Erde, dem man so viel berechtigt. Wie's geschehen, des ich ihr bat, ich bin kommen an die Stadt. Da Gott, wenn mich liegen brat. Anders waren wir verloren, wohl die Später.
to the borders, Vermonters, come down, with your breeches of deerskin and jackets of brown, with your red woolen caps and your moccasins, come to the gathering summons of trumpet and drum. Come down with your rifle, let gray wolf and fox howl on in the shadow of primitive rocks. Let bear feed securely from pig pen and stall. Here's two-legged game for your powder and ball. And cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer. And cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer. On the south came the Hessians, our land to police, and armed for the battle while canting of peace. On our east came the British, the red-coated band, to hang up our leaders and eat up our land. Oh, all to the rescue, for Satan shall work, no gain for the legions of Hampshire and York. They claim our possession, the pitiful knaves. The tribute we pay shall be prisons and graves. And cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer. And cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer. We owe no allegiance, we bow to no throne. Our ruler is law, and the law is our own. Our leaders themselves are our own fellow men, who can handle the sword and the scythe and the pen. Hurrah for Vermont, for the land that we till must have sons to defend her from valley and hill. Our vow is recorded, our banner unfurled. In the name of Vermont we defy all the world. And cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer. And cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer. And cheer, cheer, the Green Mountaineer.
Donnerwald um Mitternacht, ein Pionier stand auf der Wacht. Ein Sternlein hoch am Himmel stand, bringt ihm ein Gruß aus fernem Heimatland. Ein Sternlein hoch am Himmel stand, bringt ihm ein Gruß aus fernem Heimatland. Und mit dem Spaten in der Hand, der vorne in der Sache stand, mit Sehnsucht denkt er an sein Lieb, ob er sie wohl noch einmal wieder sieht. Mit Sehnsucht denkt er an sein Lieb, ob er sie wohl noch einmal wieder sieht. Und donnernd dröhnt die Artillerie, wir stehen vor der Infanterie. Granaten schlagen bei uns ein. Der Franzmann will in unsere Stellung rein. Granaten schlagen bei uns ein. Der Franzmann will in unsere Stellung rein. Der Sturm bricht los, die Mine kracht. Der Pionier gleich vorwärts macht. Bis an den Feind macht er sich ran. die Handgranate an. Argonnerwald, ein stiller Friedhof wirst du bald. In deiner kühlen Erde ruht so manches tapfere Soldatenblut. In deiner kühlen Erde ruht so manches tapfere Soldatenblut.
Ibland inhöjda fjäll, ibland ur skogens träd, runt om åkrarna svajande säd. Ser man svenskar som bygger och bor i sitt land, som det vårdar med arbetsam hand. Under en grönskande skörd mogen svett vilar benen från folk av året. Sverige har fallit i fiendehand och nu är det vår plikt att ta strid. Nu måste vi dra ut till försvar för folk och land. Gör din plikt nu när kampen tar vid. Men i öknen är jorden helt utbränd och död. Här finns inget förutom just nöd. Till det stråtröva band som från land och till land härjar fram har gett skälpande hand. Han som slitit där i åkras och köpslås hit och dit, snackar skit kan vår kosmopolit. Med en snabel i vädret han sniffar sig fram bland basarer och nöjen och glam. Men så hugger han till och då ligger du still. Han får alltid till slut som han vill. Han spottar på all heder och han fnyser åt moral. Han är snyken och svekfull och kall. Men Sverige har fallit i fiendehand och nu är det vår plikt att ta strid. Nu måste vi dra ut till försvar för folk och land. Gör en plikt nu när kampen tar vid. Ut i Norden det kommer en främling i land. Han har allt att hämta en sand. Och så fort han satt foten på Nordman har gjort ska han börja predika sitt ord. Norden ger onda vänd och damlar kinden till. Så jag lätt kan på er ryka vill. Nu är folket i fängsel av, de kastas upp och vårt andliga hals och vatt bort. Men ingen ser vad som egentligen sker, att vårt folk av det här brytes ner. För tiden börjar öppet en och fiende igång. Och börjar det en plan. Sverige har fallit i fiendehand och nu är det vår plikt att ta strid. Nu måste vi dra ut till försvar för vårt land. Gör en plikt nu när kampen tar vid. ett tag, vi var svenskar på folkets husdag. Och det där som förtrollat nämnt frågorna, i förslösten såg det ibland. Och på natten rådas för bandets ro, emot svensken som sätter emot. Men du visst i stämning förklarat för dig, vad det lyder vid just dig. Vad har hänt med vårt folk när du sagt du vill värld, nästan varan är du som min där. Det plötsligt tog i ryggen och på nona fallet, och den onde går bort och såg du. Säg jag har fallit i fiende, han börjar där i vår plikt att ta styr. Du måste vidare ut till försvar för vårt land, gör det nu när kampen tar vid. Ligger han stilla med dödande rygg i det land där han för oss och trygg. Och kan resa i jorden med runor av blod, vad han först då på riktigt förstod.
Bellissima